Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Kaguya-sama Love is War, Season 3, Episode 6. Last episode was a miracle.
It was everything you could have ever dreamed of.
I think... I don't know if I would say it's my favorite episode of Kaguya-sama Love is War, because the emotional episodes hit me very hard. But it was one of my favorite episodes, definitely.
This season is coming out with some really great episodes. Sleepover with Chica, like this last episode, Mr. Herthika, kind of getting deep with that friendship there, Yuki and Hayasaka. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of stuff with this season that I am enjoying. This
season has probably been the strongest season within the first 5 episodes so far. Mm-hmm. I think, easily. But
I mean, I'm waiting for more like ultra romantic stuff. I mean, it definitely feels ultra Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Yeah.
But I want the ultra romantic, even more. Give me, more.
Is it just going to come through Maki at this point? Is Maki going to be our ultra romantic outlet? Probably not. I don't know.
No. Maki's just going to have to be a sad person for the rest of the existence of Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Yeah.
I don't want any broken up couples, any broken hearts.
That's fair.
No thank you.
But, I mean, Maki has friends now.
Yeah, and I'm sure Kaguya hates that.
Auntie?
Auntie.
I don't know. I'm having fun. Ready for next episode.
I am also having a lot of fun.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. That'll be fun.
That is tough competition. Talking about the future and going separate ways. I'm ready for some ultra romantic.
It feels like a precursor to something ultra romantic.
Mm-hmm. The clock is ticking, honestly. Is that why they show a clock at the beginning of the opening?
Mm-hmm. That 15-second bit where it starts going down and then goes out through the window is extremely disorienting, but one of the best parts of any intro we watch.
Who would be the surrogate?
Oh my god, what an entrance. Look at how he's standing.
Well, that's lame.
Yuki would be dying right now.
This little secret they have between them, it's so good. Yes! Hayasaka's mom, you're the best!
Now.
This is the best thing ever.
There you go. Kashiwagi's boyfriend still. Oh my god.
The countdown to farewell has already started. She doesn't know. He gave himself a deadline! Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 You done messed up.
The audio. Oh no, please don't happen again.
Just say that you changed your mind and you think that you guys should go.
Oh. These are high stakes.
Misunderstandings can be so hard. Yeah, you weren't clear. He witnessed someone ask someone out.
Oh no.
How dare they do this in the hallway at school? Okay, Chika.
How is
Chika,
she
come
going
on.
to go down 6 points? What horrible thing is Chika going to bring to the table?
Chika, you're our only hope. Courage!
I don't buy it. I don't believe
Something's
yet.
gonna happen. I mean, Ishigami won.
Just let us see it. Yes!
I'm glad they still had a good time. It's probably smart.
That's an image.
Do not create a misunderstanding with Ino.
Back again.
Loading.
なんというかダメな子供のしつけをしてる気分なんですよ。最初は割と尊敬の気持ちもあったんですけどね。
But you ruined that.
噛むほどえぐみが出る食べ物っていうか、人生最後の晩餐には絶対選ばないというか。選挙演説の時、敵である私を助けてくれたんだって今ではわかります。顔が全然タイプじゃないそうです。藤原先輩、全然タイプじゃない。
What is Miko's type?
じゃあ逆にいいのはどういう男がタイプなんだ。人を面食いみたいに言わないでください。
Bald.
もちろん一番大事なのは性格。
Shaved head.
いつも私のことを見てくれて。
Always watching over you?
困った時はさっそうと
That is not
That's
a bald
not a
guy.
shaved head.
王子様みたいな。できないことがあってもひたむきでみっともなく挑戦し続けるような、そんな頑張り屋さんな人が。
Yeah, like that fits Miyuki.
Aww.
私のタイプなんですよね。嫌なこと気づいちゃった。嫌なこと気づいちゃった。俺はやっぱり女から見たらしょうもない人間なのだろうか。
Come on. It could even be Ishigami. It doesn't matter. Okay.
会長の変えた方がいいところ。
Have more courage.
変わらないでほしいですけれど、私は今の会長でいいと思います。これからの男だ。白金は自信を取り戻した。今の自分を客観的に見てください。口を危機として言う自分の姿をマジでどうかと思いますよ。石上くんがそれ言う。ご代弁しただけで。自分を客観的に見た方がいいぞ。会長が言う。白金の勝利。
Alright, that was Kaguya-sama Love is War, Season 3, Episode 6. That episode left me feeling a little bit, tense, to be honest. That, like, it gave me not a typical, like, oh, here's some wins, here's some losses, balance each other out, reset for the next episode, good half. No. Like, I feel like, an uncomfortability of pushing forward in substantial way. I really feel like they are, mainly Miyuki this episode, is unraveling himself a little bit to build himself up to be able to make a firm step in a permanent direction. And it's really refreshing to see.
It's nice, but it also was hard to see in just contextually next to them kind of voicing, or at least Miyuki voicing the fact that he wants to study abroad that Kaguya doesn't know about, and that this is basically his last chance to like date Kaguya and even maybe have the relationship work out. And to have that be such like a giant kind of truth bomb, the gravity of the time they have left together moment, and then to have just nothing like hugely substantial in terms of like a romantic win also in the episode was like a little hard to like not
That's
have.
what I mean. Yeah. It wasn't like a balance. It wasn't like a perfect scale. Like it definitely felt like a little like, uh-oh.
Like we're that courage meter, you know, that both of them had. And yes, we were depleted maybe to like towards the bottom because this is tense. But you know, okay, Miyuki working on himself, that could do nothing but good.
Yeah.
You know, so like maybe we're up 3 points, but we are not at a confession. And I'm like, I feel like we just plummeted down and we have to get to that confession. And I really was hoping for that date. I was so proud of both of them for this episode with their like, attempts at asking each other on a date. And honestly, in a perfect world, if they had been asking someone else, it would have gone over better. But since they were asking each other, there was misunderstandings because of who they are.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you had to make a bet at whether or not a date would happen before the confession at the end of the culture festival, would you say the date's going to happen before that?
No.
I probably agree with you.
I think they're going to be trying to have something like that happen, trying to make these big romantic steps. And the thing they keep avoiding this whole time is not romance and romantic gestures. The thing they are avoiding is the pride in them. They're avoiding confessing.
You're right.
And I think they're going to have to be at a stalemate where basically we never will see each other again if we don't like chase each other down at the airport and flag down the plane, you know?
I think that you're right. I see us trying it again and it not working, whether it's because of ourselves or in pride or somebody else.
Or
I think
other
that's
people
part of it.
join. Group date.
Yeah. I think that inherently both of them decided to look for a helping hand from a third party, where I think at the end of the day, they aren't going to need or have a helping hand when it takes to confessing their love to the other. I think it's going to be 100% them, and they're going to have pushed themselves to it, whether that's because of time or wherever they are.
Something needs to build their courage, because it was very explicitly said that the extent of this invitation on a date was the most courage either of them could muster. And what is going to, is that what the ultra romantic like events or wins and not losses that we're going to see in the next coming episodes? Is that going to be confidence boosters, courage boosters, more reason, more feeling the gravity of the situation, more realizing they really want to be together, and just kind of being in that echo chamber of, if you don't do this right now, you're never going to get to?
I'm wondering if Kaguya is going to have an equal thing to her character. I don't think it's necessary by any means. I just wonder if there's going to be... We got a lot of Miyuki trying this episode. I wonder if we're going to know exactly what Kaguya is going to be doing after she's done here. And whether it's her family's plans or whoever's, if there is internal or inner monologue about trying to confess before a certain day as well. Or it's going to just be Miyuki, which again, I'd be fine with, because Kaguya has a lot going on, like disregarding this Miyuki situation when it comes to family and emotions that she might not have all the time to deal with when it comes to just romantic, you know? I think that it was really, really cool and interesting that we got to see Hayasaka's mom, or Mrs. Hayasaka, Nao, N-A-O. Nao. I don't know.
Now.
Amazing.
And obviously, seeing Miyuki's father again, having this little secret between him and Kaguya, and you can call me dad. And I was like, this is amazing. And I'm sure when Kaguya got home, even though she was like all anxious or nervous over this encounter, I'm sure it also probably made her pretty happy.
I agree.
I mean, even if she was sad about her parents, her dad, because her mom had passed, her dad not showing up on this day, she had basically her best friend and caregiver's mom there, and she had the guy she loves father there for her.
Yeah.
There are adults that care about what happens to her, and I think that eventually, like, I think what you think about when you get older is you realize that family is chosen a lot of the time. Like, you can make your own family, and you can choose who to open your heart to and rely on in terms of like a mother or father figure or just a chosen family. And I think it's good for her to know that there are adults out there that would be willing to sit beside her to go to, like, for advice, go to for advice. Those that care that good things happen to her, those that want her to do what she wants to do. and not force her into a box.
I agree with you. I think that's the correct way to look at things, and that's the answer, inevitably. I don't think there were any positive feelings or anything but negativity in Kaguya's mind once you're actually sat down in that instance without the person who really should be there. Like
the person that's placed these
the person
rules onto her. The
person who you feel like should be there. It doesn't matter what event it is. It doesn't matter what. Because there are people there for her at the end of the day. And I'd say both of these people would do a lot of things for her and do care for her in different and unique ways. And that's a positive thing to look at in its own right. But there was somebody missing, and the only person missing was the only one who counted in Kaguya's mind.
Because what's it going to take for Kaguya to decide to do something for herself that's not following this plan that the family has catered for her?
It's a great question.
Like, what is going to be the thing that push it? Like, what does she even want to do? I don't think we even know truly. We only know like her by her family name. We only know this Kaguya. I don't even think she has even begun to become her own person.
I think you're right. I think that she doesn't know what she'd want to do. I don't think she's ever had freedom, or she's never felt like she had the freedom to think about it for herself.
The first thing she ever did in her life that showed that she was choosing anything for herself was falling in love with Miyuki. Hayasaka was a chosen friend for her. Chika was an easy given friend for her.
Yeah.
Miyuki is the first thing that even possibly her father would not like, that she has chosen and put value on.
If Kaguya was a real person, then I wouldn't blame them if they wanted to go by Shinomiya space empty whatever they come up with name, and that isn't a family name in a sense years later.
Oh, like just take Shirogana's name?
Or like, I mean, like, my family isn't my family, I'm going out on my own.
I wonder if she's gonna have to. Like, we don't know enough about her dad to know if he's gonna have some like change of heart thing by the end of this, if he's gonna actually not be some form of a villain.
I don't think so.
Is she going to have to like denounce her family name to ever get freedom? And
maybe at the moment, the way that the story's playing out for me, there doesn't need to be, and there won't be, any involvement of making Kaguya's father into a morally better character. It would be a difficult story to tell. Not that it's impossible, of course, but it also doesn't feel like that's what the story's about.
I think it would also be difficult if this possibly is the last season. They haven't really laid any groundwork to be turning him around in our hearts.
Yeah.
So it might come out of like nowhere, and I don't know if it'll sit well with us if they did turn him into...
Was this the first time we got his name? Mr. Ganon? I took it as like Ganon, like from Link. So evil guy.
Legends of Zelda.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if that was the first time we got... I think that might have been the first time, because I'm pretty sure when the doctor called him, they said Shinomiya.
I thought they said Kaguya's mom's name.
Why would the doctor have called her dead mom?
She didn't call her dead mom. I think it was in reference of like talking offhanded about Kaguya's mom on the phone.
I thought he called about Kaguya.
He did, but I think he was like comparing Kaguya's disposition to that of her late mother.
Is that what he said on the phone?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
And I don't have my correct notebook.
Okay.
So I can only try. But I did have this notebook for this episode. And in this notebook, it says that Miko is going to be a lawyer and Chika is going to be the prime minister. And I hope I live in that world.
With Chika as a prime minister?
Yes.
You want to see that?
Wow. How do you feel about Miyuki going to Stanford?
I am not really surprised that they're adding in one of them really going away, really separating. I mean, there had to be even more. For them, either of these people, to actually confess, there needs to be some huge, like, yeah, they're not going to be there. Yeah. And not just like a few hours away. Like, this is big. And I don't think Kaguya could easily follow. Like, there's always that thing of, like, maybe she could have, if he picked a school in or around there that was prestigious, she could have maybe convinced her family that was a good school for her to go to also. But I don't think her family would be very happy if she wanted to go study abroad.
Man, I know it's like kind of a bit that I don't watch romance stuff, and I haven't. And in this sense, it's doing a disservice because the only story element I can compare this to is Zoe 101 when Chase leaves to go to a different school at some point. Like, typically, like, I try to take what knowledge I have in storytelling to be able to, like, you know, really evaluate and critique a story and then guess what could happen next. But at this point, I'm like, man, right? Ishigami's going to be pissed when he finds out Miyuki's going to another country.
Oh, Ishigami's going to be upset.
He's going to decide that he wants to move to the States to become some type of video game developer or Discord mod. Both are
He did say
same.
CEO or neat.
Yeah. But I do think it's going to be interesting in the case of following the story, if that ever happens. Mm-hmm. Because you alluded to it. I'm like, from the offhanded comment I heard about it, I'm like 60 to 70% sure this is the last season for Mob Psycho. I am like 0 to 10% sure that this is the last season of Kaguya-sama. I don't know. I just don't, like, I've never talked to somebody in my real life about Kaguya-sama Love is War that isn't you. So I wouldn't be too surprised. Third season of a potential romance anime, and this one's the latest season at least.
Not a lot of animes that are very romantic in theme get multiple seasons.
Other than Zoe 101. Got a few.
Yeah, it's definitely a romantic anime, Zoe 101.
As close as I can get, man. I'm trying.
You know, I appreciate you trying.
But I don't know, all in all, good episode. I definitely felt like tense at the end, but
definitely a lot of movement. I think like the gravity of the situation and then the possible, I don't want like lackluster in terms of the momentum of romance by the end of it.
It's totally intentional.
It doesn't fit with the fact that both characters basically got somewhat confirmation that the other person wanted to ask them on a date.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to ask them on a date. And I'm like, what are you going to do with this information? I know there was created misunderstandings, but I think by the end of it, before, Ishigami will go with him, I'm pretty sure both of them became on the same page again. That
both of them
intended for it to be a date.
Both of them had at least potential confirmation that the other one had wanted to, and that's enough to go off of if they had a second to think about it. Will we see that they've thought about it, or will they continue to get worse at playing games? Because that's what I am seeing happening.
Remember how the games were the first season? Like how methodical
and
thought out and like crazy brain space that I could never like get to.
And I feel like the way that they've gone about it, the intensity and planning in the games and like trying to outmaneuver each other has gone down because their desire to confess and just be with each other has gone up. And that's really cool.
Like some of the game's elements have gotten so simple that they are taking things that other characters do. Yeah. Like in terms of the coins for the questions, they were pulling a Chica move. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a very like them thing to immediately think of to do, but it's like becoming more simple and like little quick cheats.
Yeah.
Instead of like elaborate big brain stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to see. That's what I think. Like it's refreshing in a sense, but it feels like progress.
Yes,
I like it.
Give me more ultra romantic.
I could feel your hope and desire when they were bringing up romance and Miko, in the same sentence. I was like, Anna's wanting so much right now. She doesn't want the episode to end. Just 20 more minutes of Miko, romance, and she would be happy.
I feel bad for Miko that the prince doesn't exist in the way that she painted him.
He's just taken. Ishigami has his eyes for somebody else. Sorry, Miko. You had your chance.
Oh, she was gonna lock him up. If she ever has to face him in the court of law, oof, Ishigami, you better watch out.
She'd make a mean prosecutor. I don't know what Ishigami's getting arrested for.
I don't know, but also, like, she wouldn't be allowed on that case because of bias, but okay.
Unbelievable. All right, we
Okay.
good?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you